Hello and welcome to the Courage to Overcome podcast. Today I want to talk about lying and I would like to refer to the Alex Murdaugh murder trial which took place in United States of America. Last week Alex Murdaugh was convicted of the murder of his wife and son. If you're not familiar with it, you can check the news or commentary channels on YouTube, which is where I watched it. I believe also there is a Netflix series based on the Murdaugh family as well. So a little background information about the family. The Murdaugh family is a regional dynasty of American lawyers in the Low Country of South Carolina. They have a prominent history in the area as from 1920 to 2006. 3 members of the family consecutively served as district attorneys in charge of prosecuting all criminal cases in the state's 14th Circuit Court, leading locals to call the 5-county district Murdaugh Country. So they were very prominent and well-established and reputable family in those days. The reason why I'm interested in this is because I'm actually a fan of true crime, which I mentioned in previous episodes, and also because of the pathological lying, which is indicative to me of a personality disorder, in my personal opinion. And in this podcast I talk about toxic, narcissistic people and relationships. So there was a statement that the judge made, and he said this: "Oh, what tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive." Now, apparently this was a comment that Alex Murdaugh made in court when he testified in his defense for the murders of his wife and son. So the judge, in his closing statements, asked him to explain what he meant by that sentence when he was giving his last statements after the guilty verdict. So Alex explained that he got lost in the lies, that he lied and continued to lie. And it was just that, a tangled web of lies, deceit, falsehoods, manipulation and exploitation. He just lied and lied and lied. And the major lie that sealed his fate was when he claimed he was not near the dog kennels and so was not anywhere near his family when the crime took place. I think he said he was in the house, but it was revealed later on that he was actually at the dog kennels with his wife and son, and so that placed him near the crime scene when his wife and son were killed. So according to one of the jurors who was interviewed after the trial, it was this lie that convinced them all, that is all the jurors, that he was guilty. So he was convinced, based on Alex's lie or lies, that he was guilty. He talked his way out of accountability his whole life, according to the prosecution attorney when interviewed. And normally in murder trials like this, where there is circumstantial evidence, the attorneys for the defendant will advise the client not to take the stand. But Alex decided to take the stand against the advice of his attorneys, and it was that decision that messed it all up and sealed his fate for him, because he thought he could talk and lie his way out of it as he had done his whole life. Unfortunately, it did not work for him this time. It was revealed in the trial that he lied to his colleagues, he lied to his employees, he lied to his friends, he lied to his family, he lied to the police about his whereabouts, he lied to the court, and he has now received the reward for people who lie like that. He has now been sentenced by the judge to 2 consecutive life sentences for the 2 murders, not concurrent, but consecutive life sentences. So after he serves 1 life sentence, after he finishes 1 life sentence for, his wife, then he will start the next life sentence for the murder of his son. So what makes people lie? People lie to protect themselves and their self-image to protect others, to deceive and to manipulate. Psychologists have identified several motives for lying, chief among which are the need to preserve self-esteem, the wish to avoid conflict, and the desire to manipulate others to behave in ways that are in one's self-interest, according to Britannica.com. One thing about lies is that once you get with telling them and you're not found out, it emboldens you to tell more lies. And then you tell more lies and you tell bigger lies, and then it just spirals out of control. And this is probably what happened in this case. His whole life became a lie. Another thing with lies is that when people ask you questions again and again, you have to remember the lie you told. And if you've been telling so many lies, it's hard to keep track of all of them. The police also understand this, which is why they keep repeating questions. You know, when you go in for questioning, when police call you in for questioning, they will repeat the questions over and over. Where did you say you were? What time was that you were watching TV? What were you watching on TV? Just so that they can catch you out with some of your lies. So they will continue to repeat the questions over and over, knowing that sometimes you can't, if you lie, sometimes you just can't remember every single detail. So, so that was the situation with this guy. So Alex, with this grandiose sense of self-importance, the police are going, he just thought, okay, the police are going to accept whatever I tell them, that they think, they just think that they're so invincible that nothing can happen to them. So when you're called to testify in court, you have to swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So I want to use this particular instance or this particular statement to determine 3 types of lies. Lies of commission, lies of omission, and exaggeration. So lies of commission are flat out lies, deliberate lies, the whole lie, so to speak. In the example of Alex, he said he was in the house, but he was not in the house. He was at the kennels. As was revealed later, it was a blatant lie. So lies of omission is when you leave certain things out. For example, a wife asks her husband what he did last night. He says he went out with friends and had a meal with them. He did not tell her he also met up with his ex-girlfriend. Now that's a lie of omission because he left out something that was probably important for her to know. And then there is exaggeration or embellishment. So kind of like a lie. It's kind of like a lie. Narcissists do this a lot. They like to exaggerate their achievements and talents. So, for example, he may claim that, I've traveled all over the world, when he's only traveled to maybe 1 or 2 countries. Or he may say that, he's recognized as a leading figure in whatever career or occupation. Meanwhile, he is a figure in that occupation, but he's not a leading or prominent one at all. So, just to embellish and to exaggerate it's almost like a lie as well. So what does the Bible say about lying? Well, Proverbs 6, verse 16 to 19 says, "There are 6 things that the Lord hates, 7 that are detestable to him: haughty eyes, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that devises wicked schemes, feet that are quick to rush to evil, a false witness who pours out lies, and a person who stirs up conflict in the community." So these are 6 things that the Lord hates. These are all the 6 things. So, by the way, these are all the things that actually apply to what happened to Alex Murdaugh. Haughty eyes is arrogance or pride. Someone who feels that they're above everybody else, that can do whatever they want and no one should challenge them about it. A lying tongue, that was in his case, lies and lies and lies. hands that shed innocent blood. He killed his son and his wife, a heart that devises wicked schemes. I mean, it was revealed that, he plotted to defraud. He actually defrauded quite a number of people in the community, his law firm, quite a few things. Feet that are quick to rush to evil, the same thing. A false witness who pours out lying, a false witness, that he was a false witness, and a person who stirs up conflict in the community. I mean, there was so much. In fact, if you watch the Netflix series, you will see what exactly has been happening in the community because of this particular person, Alex Murdaugh. He's just stirred up a lot of conflict in the community, even with this trial. And so, God hates lying and counts them among the 6 things he hates. And when I look at this particular situation for this person, I just think, how are the mighty fallen? This was someone who had a dynasty of lawyers for many, many years, reputable, prominent in the community. And all of that has been extinguished by the actions of just one person. And when you feel like you can lie and you feel you can get away with evil, life will show you a lesson you will never forget. And what you sow, you will eventually reap. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this particular episode. If you haven't already, please like or share and subscribe and follow. Take care until I meet you in my next episode. Bye.